Fabiano, here's your revision on the first run of the cat chasing the mouse. I think it's really nice. I think what you've got going here is got a lot of energy. The run is very cartoony and it's fun. I like how he slides by the pole and grabs and pulls himself up real fast. If we had enough time, more time, you could have more struggle of him pulling himself up. I think overall the run is good, but I would want some more extremes. Like I would want to feel more weight on this drawing, so there would be a bend in his arms, and then a straight here where it's going back so that we see him, his hand, going back there. That would make it stronger before you come to that pull, but I know you're going really fast. If he's galloping, you've got him galloping, and now you've got him not galloping in this pose. So you would want, and I know you're doing that because your cycles are off, but you would want to maintain that because you come back to it. So it's like he's got that far foot on the ground for 3 frames or 3 drawings without moving much. So you'd want to watch that. And then that was proved true here. This is a nice bit of action here of him grabbing. I might have him here. I'm not sure if this hand is behind the pole or whatever, but I would almost have his face facing the pole and looking up as he's going by, because it feels like it's sort of a missed. He'd want to keep going up there with that, but that's okay. Now I see his eyes. I think it's all right. But it would just keep more fluidity in terms of him going up. So here, it's nice that you're playing the camera with his face. So he's looking at us, but I don't know that you have to do it quite so much there because it feels like his neck is broken a little bit as he's going up. So I would just keep the top of his head. You've got the back and top of his head showing here, and then all of a sudden he goes into profile, which is sort of awkward, and it's right in the same area. So you'd want to pull him up. You'd have an opportunity to pull him up there, but it's good that you're thinking in terms of weight. He'd be struggling to get going and easing out of that, and then he goes up. Now here's where I would turn to see the face, just like you have it here, but these drawings here I would have the back of his head. Bring him up. That smear drawing isn't working too much. It's not following the hand because his hand is back here. But then you've got it up here, right? So I'm not seeing the trajectory of that smear drawing. It's basically, a smear drawing is just a blur, but it's all filled in with color. So I'd want it to be more of an arc going in there. So this is nice that he's sort of getting himself ready, squashing his body to stretch and recoil. You could make this even stronger here with get rid of his butt sticking out so much on that one. Stretch him up, right? Get rid of all this. And really exaggerate that stretch, that reach. And you might even want to get that hand closer to, right? Because on this drawing, actually what I'd want, more stretch, get him up closer, get his hand there, because you'll get that stretch so that when you go to the next drawing, now you got the pull. So the arm is You got the stretch and then pull. So always look for those places where you're stretching something and pulling. If you're going from a straight, go to a curve. That kind of thing. If you're anticipating, I mean, if you're going to go in that direction, anticipate back in this direction. So you're always looking for those opportunities to pull things back, and then contrast them so that they're strongly contrasted. Now here, this arm here is coming up like it's ready to grab, but then it goes down, and then it goes up. So effectively your curve is doing this, and I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. It should if he's doing that, which is a very nice pose, I love that pose, but this drawing here isn't getting me there. So I'd want that hand to be somehow going into that place, right? So that there's a sense, well, I'll have to do it in two drawings, but anyhow, you know what I mean. He's out here, bring that in, bring it in. It's got that back recoil, and you're going to want to bring it in, keep that thing moving in an arc. And then he grabs that wonderful pose. I love how you go up into that. I wish you would stay up there a little bit longer, or more, have more in-betweens in between. You got a few, actually. You've got 4 drawings. You're in there, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, no, you're there 6. I mean 4. I might even add a few more. The other thing I would say, and then you got a nice little drop here, but that would only work if you had more time. One of the battles you'll fight in animation, especially when in commercials, when you don't have a lot of time and you're cramming a lot of stuff in, you have to compress and you have to get rid of things in order to focus on the things that are important. So you have to, you know, just chuck stuff out. So that little bit here, as cute as it is, that boink, it's more important that we have a moment, which, let's see if you have it, where he's looking and realizing, and the audience with the cat is realizing, oh no, this isn't going to work. You have to have that beat. But right now, the way you've got it, it's just so much action, you can't rest or see anything. It's all about the going down, rather than a going, uh-oh, boom. That would work more successfully. But it's a nice scene, so great job.